Mustard palette. That is a mouthful. But yeah, I did a tutorial using this palette and I went for more of like a pinky purpley smoky eye with a glitter winged eyeliner, and in that tutorial I said that I really wanted to do a more bronzy cat eye, so that is what this tutorial is about. So I guess describing it as a bronzy cat eye kind of like explains it itself. So I went for a bronzy shade on the lid, and then on the outer corner is winged eyeliner, but it's also like cut into the crease, so it's a really like kind of feline smoky eye. It's quite dramatic but it's still really wearable. So all the shades that I used are obviously from this palette, so I really hope you guys like this look, and if you want to find out how to create it, just keep on watching. So I've already primed my eyes with a bit of the NARS Creamy Concealer in the shade, I think it's called Macadamia, and I set that with a bit of the Beauty Bakery translucent powder. So now I'm going to dip into the palette, and the first shade I'm going to use is this one here called Sandalwood. I'm going to use my Morphe M514 brush. It's just like a medium-sized blending brush, and I'm going to apply this into the crease and bring it up towards my brow as the transition shade. This shade was also in the original Rose Gold palette, and I used to carry around the original one in my kit mainly just for this shade because I loved it so much as a transition colour. So I'm really happy that she kept it in this one because I much prefer like the new shimmery shades in this one, so I can carry this around in my kit and get more use out of it than just bringing the other one for one shade. So I just dipped in once more to that same shade. I'm just building up that colour. The next shade I'm going to use is Cocoa, the matte brown from the palette, and I'm going to be using my MAC 217 brush. This one here. This is like my absolute favourite brush ever, I think, for doing eyeshadow. I think if I had to pick one brush just to use like for the rest of my life, it would definitely be this one because it's so versatile. I'm just putting the product on like one half of the brush, and I'm going to concentrate this on the outer corner of the lid. So I'm just kind of like patting on the product just to get the most intensity on the outer part of the lid. Thank you guys so much for all the love on the last tutorial that I did using this palette. And in that tutorial I said that I wanted to do like a bronzy cat eye look, which is the look that I'm doing now. So hopefully it all works out. I was hoping that I would have got this look up ages ago. Like I filmed that first look 2 weeks ago and I wanted to get this look up soon after, but I was just so busy with work. It was graduation season, and then unfortunately my uncle passed away. But I'm back filming now and I'm so happy that I am getting to do this look. But anyway, so I just keep going in with that cocoa shade and I'm just building it up but lightly. Like I'm not putting too much on my brush at a time. I want to have like control of the product and be building it up. And when I feel like I have most of the product off the brush, I'm just kind of working it up towards my crease. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the first brush. I don't have anything on it, and I'm just going to kind of buff this around to make sure everything is nicely blended. I'm going to dip into a bit of black truffle now, the matte black in the palette, and I'm going to get my Morphe M507 brush, so it's like a tapered blending brush, and I'm going to get a little bit of black truffle onto the tip of the brush. I've only dipped into it once very lightly because it's a very intense black. And I'm going to put this on the very outer corner of the lid. So I'm going to place my brush here and then kind of like wiggle it around. And then when I feel like most of the product is off my brush, I'm going to again kind of go around it and make sure it's blending in nicely to the darker brown. I'm just going to lay down a bit of concealer just before I put on the eyeshadow shades. So I'm getting my Tarte Shape Tape and my ABH A4 brush. I'm just going to put down a little bit here. I'm not going to do too much or like do like a sharp cut crease or anything. It's literally just so it's a bit brighter here for the lid shades to put on. So the main bronzy shade that I'm going to use for the lid is this one here called Hashtag Bless. And I'm taking my MAC flat shader brush. The number's worn off it so I'm not sure, but that's what it looks like. I'm leaving this space bare so I can put on another colour there, but I'm going to just apply it here. So I'm kind of concentrating on just laying it down, and then I'll worry about blending it into the darker shades. And then I'm going to get the first brush that we used, this fluffy blending one, and I'm just going to lightly run it along here so it fades in. So now I'm going to go into Moon Dust, and I'm taking this mini shader brush. This is a Morphe M213, and then I'm going to apply this onto the bare area in here just to brighten it up a bit. You can of course just use like Hashtag Blessed from the inner part to the middle, but I thought it'd be nice just to give it a bit more dimension because it's almost like lighter into darker than into like a really smoky cat eye. This colour is gorgeous. I don't think I've used it yet. It would be really nice for like brides and stuff. It's like that perfect champagne-y. So now I'm going to do eyeliner. So I'm using my Morphe gel eyeliner in the shade Slate, which is their black shade, and I'm using my MAC 210 brush as always. I'm going to dip into that and I'm going to start from the center portion of my eye and drag it back. And then I'm going to go into the inner part. So now I'm just going to line it to the very outer corner of the eye and then drag it upward using the tail of my brow as a guide. So now what I'm going to do is get my Sigma L06 brush and I'm going to dip into Black Truffle and I'm going to lightly tap that along the outer part of this wing. And then I'm going to dip in again and I'm going to start to kind of carve out a cut crease. I'm kind of tilting my head back so I can see exactly where my crease is and then just place my brush into the hollow of it. You see that way we kind of have like the guide, and then I'm just going to go in with my eyeliner brush. Then I'm going to dip into Black Truffle again and go over that line and then connect it out here. So now what I'm going to do is get this Sigma L04 brush, dip it into a bit of Black Truffle, and then I'm going to put some black just here on that outer corner so it kind of connects the lines a bit better. Okay, so I just did my full face off camera. I feel like when I do a look dedicated on just one eyeshadow palette, I like to just do the eyes in the tutorial because I feel like most people watch them because they have the palette and they want to do the eyeshadow look. So I like to keep in as much of the eyeshadow as possible and not have to cut out loads of that so I can put in the face as well. So yeah, that's just what I did. I'll list everything that I used down below though, and I do my face in most other tutorials if you wanted to see. So I'm just going to apply some mascara. I'm using the Balm What's Your Type mascara. I just put myself in the eye. I got some underneath here, but I'll just wait for it to dry and then it will like flake off. So the lashes I'm going to be using are the Lily lashes in the style Hollywood. This is what they look like. They're pretty big, but I have like pretty big eyes and like space. I can kind of get away with them, so obviously do a lash that suits you. So I'm just going to use some of my black duo glue and apply that to the lash band. And then what I like to do when I'm letting my eyelashes get a little bit tacky is I'll get my black pencil and I line my waterline and my top line because sometimes I find it harder to do when I have my eyelashes on, so I just kind of do it now at like this stage. So I'm going to line my waterline, and this is the MAC Feline pencil. Okay, and then I'm going to line my top waterline. There's like no cute way to do that, you just have to like go for it. I'm just going to apply these. Before I place them, I like to just kind of figure out where they should be going. So I'm happy with this, like that part should be stuck there and this part should be stuck there. So then I kind of just plonk them down in the middle, and then I'll go to the outer corner and then the inner corner. And I'm just going to run over that lash band just so it blends in. There's like a piece of gold glitter here, I don't know why, so I'm going to go over that. So now to finish off the eyes, I want to keep the inner corner quite bright. I think it'd be nice to kind of continue on top underneath. So I'm going to go into Moon Dust, the lightest shade that we have on the inner corner. And this is the Morphe M515 brush. And I'm just going to apply this to the inner corner. I'm gonna go back in with my Sigma L04 brush and a bit of black truffle, and I'm just gonna apply this to the outer part of the bottom lash line. I'm gonna kind of connect it up to the top. Now I'm getting a pencil brush. This is the Buff and Blend BB02. I'm gonna go into Cocoa, the matte brown, and my contacts are going crazy, and just blend that out. Finally, I'm getting my MAC 217 brush. This is just a clean one from the first one that I used today. I'm going into Sandalwood and blending all that out. It's been so hot in Dublin recently. Like, I mean, when we say it's hot, it's probably like someone else's winter where you live, but it's been like 18 to 20 degrees for like the past few days, and I am just, oh, it's so hot. And I think I got like all these studio lights as well. It is not helping. So now I'm just going to apply some mascara to my bottom lashes, and I've already done my face, so then we'll pick out a lip colour and then we'll be done. Okay, so now it's time to do lips, so I'm going to line them first. Okay, so I'm going to line them with my MAC Strip Down lip pencil. So for lipstick, I'm going to use my ABH liquid lipstick in the shade Stripped. Okay guys, that is pretty much it for this one. I really hope you guys like this look. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Let me know if you want me to do any more looks using the palette. I know for the gemstone one, a few people were saying to do a purple look with it, and purples are my favorites. So I'll definitely be doing that soon, but I'm going to give it like a little break from all the Huda Beauty palette stuff because it's just been like a bit repetitive. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing that soon, and then hopefully my next video will be a full face of first impressions. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one.